Kazuma, hello bro, welcome to the stream. What year? 26, I guess. 26 है. 26. आपका यार क्या है वो बताओ. उड़ता ही फिरूं. अरे बाय बाय. गेमिंग एसडीबी वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम ब्रो. मेरा बहुत कम है बस 57. ठीक है बाय. ये कर लो.
Here sits Guizhong. Here sits Rex. Maybe Rex is short for Rex Lapis.
Oh, genius.
Paimon has no idea
Paimon is
about
genius,
Guizhong.
bro.
As for retainer.
गेमिंग एसडीबी वेलकम वेलकम. क्या हाल है?
That's it.
अरे मैं नाइट बोर्ड का भूल गया. ज्यादा स्पैम मत करना, मैं भूल गया यार नाइट बोर्ड का. ओ इमोजीज ज्यादा स्पैम मत करना वरना पड़ेगा मस्त वार्निंग. ठीक ठीक.
How about we cook up some extra special dishes for the Adepti? We're sure to get Cloud Retainer's attention that way. But what do Adepti even eat anyway? Paimon has no idea. People must make offerings here all the time. Guess all we can do is look around the area for any leftovers. Maybe that'll give us some ideas.
एक आईडी चेक करोगे?
Do you think maybe is it all possible that the Adepti might like to try some
आईडी चेक
sticky honey
कर
roast?
लेते. चलो आप बोल रहे हो तो आपकी आईडी होगी, पता है. बहुत बहुत फ्लैक्स करना है आपको. ठीक है कर लो आप. नहीं कर लो. मैं भी अपनी आया का फ्लैक्स करता हूँ तब तक. नाइट बोर्ड वार्निंग दे रहा है. मैंने बोला था आपको पहले भी, नाइट बोर्ड को थोड़ा सा वो देना चाहिए आपको. नहीं मेरा दोस्त का है. ओह ऐसे बात है क्या? फ्लैक्स तो मेरे को भी करना है. हाँ ये देखो ब्लैकी वेलकम द स्ट्रीम. मुझे दिया है उसने फिलहाल के लिए. ओके ये ब्लैकी मेरे साथ बैठे डिस्कॉर्ड पे. ठीक है फ्लैक्स करेंगे थोड़ा सा हल्का सा. मेरे पास 81 वो है रेसिन. आओगे क्या? बाद में करते हैं थोड़ी देर बाद. थोड़ा सा फार्म करते हैं. ठीक है ब्लैकी. हाँ चल भाई हो गया ना तेरा. पाइमन भी यार बहुत बकवास करती है यार, बता रहा हूँ आप लोगों को. हल्का सा लेफ्ट राइट हो गया।
Stance.
हाय ब्रो, फार्म तो वो करती थी, ठीक है भाई। हाय हाय ब्रो, गेमिंग एसडी भी बहुत दिनों के बाद आयो। वैसे मैं भी बहुत दिनों के बाद आया हूँ, मैं भी क्या बात कर रहा हूँ। कोई बात नहीं। मैं
मार पड़ा डैश नहीं कर तो उतरूंगा उसे।
वो क्या बोलते हैं, नेक्स्ट वीक से ना वो डालना शुरू कर दूंगा, ठीक है। मैं
A reward on the road.
पोकेमॉन के एपिसोड, फिर मजा आएगा आप लोगों को।
Someone has definitely cooked here before. Do you think they were making an offering? Looks like they didn't use all the ingredients. Let's see here. We got some snapdragon, some lotus heads, some tofu. Whatever they were cooking, it sounds complicated. Hey, look over there. They left some notes too. Yup, it's a doozy. Paimon's not surprised they had to write it all down. It's a lot to remember. We should read it carefully.
करो तो फिर
What
भी।
would you call a dish that's made from snapdragon, lotus heads, and tofu? What would you call it?
अच्छा, ये ले नहीं सकते क्या? नेवर माइंड।
Take flight! I shall treasure this good fortune.
वैसे ये गेम मैं सीख रहा हूँ तो ठीक है, ज़्यादा जज मत करना, बता रहा हूँ आप लोगों को।
Whoa, the ground is covered in flour. What a messy chef. Seems there's meat in this pot, but Paimon can't tell which kind. Do you think whoever cooked this made it as an offering to the Adepti? Paimon can't quite imagine an offering made of flour and meat. Huh? Our messy chef dropped a piece of paper on the floor. Ew, and there's a huge footprint on it too. But footprint aside, maybe it has something to do with this mystery dish.
मोरा मीट, ओके। ज्वेलरी सूप, मोरा मीट और मेत्सुटेक मीट रोल।
A blade.
मेरे को यार कुक करने जाना पड़ेगा क्या अभी इन लोगों को? ये क्या है? Only हे, हाँ बताओ बताओ काजुमा ब्रो। ए लाची मोला लावा, कुक क्या करवा रहा है? हेलो,
हाँ बोल।
कुक क्या करवाना है? अच्छा,
अरे પેલું ત્યાં હમણાં ખુલેલું કે નહીં આ નજીક જઈને પેલું
મળી
ભાઈ હા 3 જગ્યા છે કરવાની તો सामान भी कांच पड़ेगा है मोस्टली तो
रेसिपी है ना।
something strange over there. Come on.
One senses the presence of a sigil of permission. One knows not why you have come, though the sincerity of your offering is clear. Hence, you shall be granted an opportunity. Find your way through mine abode, and you shall receive an audience with the Adeptus whom you seek.
Let it rain. My apologies. Go, go, Barret Bunny! Take flight! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
I'll protect us.
Unthinkable! Yeah! Yeah!
Look, that platform is moving. So that's what this button is for.
Whirling snow! My apologies! Yeah!
Easy.
Hey! Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
Que isso? एक what? फुल प्रिंस ऑफ पर्सिया वाली वाइब आवा हमारी तो
Let the show begin.
One is most impressed. The path that leads through this abode defies those of ordinary abilities. The one before you is the Adeptus Cloud Retainer. Now speak of the matter which brings you here. You surmise correctly. This place did once self-build, as did one design the mechanisms within. In fact, even Gui Zhang and Rex Lapis themselves found one's technological accomplishments to be worthy of commendation.
This place is huge, and there are so many mechanisms. Do you really have this whole place to yourself? What's it even for? Did you build it as your private mechanism workshop or something? It's just like the stories say. The Adepti leave the human world, find somewhere to go be a hermit, and then they research and invent all these amazing things.
One is simply not partial to the tedium of social interaction, and wished to find some peace and quiet. Find it one did. Shortly after which, you arrived bearing your sigil of permission. But enough. State the matter which brings you here at once. You have disturbed the tranquility of this place for long enough. Rex Lapis. Assassinated? How can this be?
How can
Such
this
a
be?
heinous crime!
अरे गुस्सा हो गई ये आंटी जी.
Notion is so preposterous as to be unbelievable. One shall have to verify the truth of the matter independently. Perhaps one shall quash Liyue first, then convene with the other Adepti.
Wait, what? Did you just say squash Liyue Harbor? Are you seriously gonna wipe out the whole city?
बहुत ज़्यादा
Only a
गुस्से होगी भाई.
response of sufficient magnitude can negate the possibility of further incidents. It is as you say, but if Rex Lapis has indeed been murdered, then Liyue is in great peril. To delay in quashing the threat is to invite further disaster. It is precisely because one does not wish to see further suffering that exceptional measures are deemed necessary at this exceptional time.
Yikes! Quick, you gotta think of something. She wants to squash Liyue flat, and it doesn't seem like she's bluffing. Exactly what Paimon was gonna say. We made all that delicious food and gave every last bit of it to you. We were hoping you might help Liyue out, not wipe Liyue out. Or at least let's, discuss it first. Can't hurt for you to get a second opinion.
Contract? A cruel irony that you should appeal to the notion after the merciless murder of the god of contracts himself. The people of Liyue seem quite content to dispense with their contracts. They are quite adept at taking that which is composed of black and white and turning it gray. Nevertheless, since you come here in the name of contracts, far be it from one to abandon one's own contractual obligations. Least of all when you come bearing a sigil of permission. Rex Lapis infused these sigils with adeptal power when he first cast them. That power once aided humans in battle. Most of the sigil's power has long since worn off. It is but a keepsake now. This keepsake cannot be taken as proof of your trustworthiness. One must investigate the claims that you make independently. This, no doubt, is Mooncarver's very reason for summoning us. Your audience with the Adeptus before you is now concluded. Leave at once, and...
Disturb me no further. चले आते हैं, कहीं कहीं से परेशान करने ऐसा बोल रही है वो. भागो यहाँ से. चलो भाई, लीवे चलो. क्या चल रहा है वहाँ पे? તારો થંબનેલ જોઈ. હેલો હેલો BTS
અરે સ્ટ્રીમ જ ચાલુ કરી હતી ડાયરેક્ટ.
થંબનેલ નહીં જોઈ.
ઓટો પ્લે માંથી. હા.
થંબનેલ જો.
You finally returned.
અરે,
How was your journey to
domain
Jueyun
number.
Karst? I see. Huh. Moon Carver, Mountain Shaper, Cloud Retainer, Conqueror of Demons. Some of these names have never come up in the intel the Fatui gets hold of.
क्या कर रहे हो यार, ढूंढो सही से यार.
As a returning gift, I too have information for you. Regarding the Archon's passing, the Liu Qixing's response really has given me food for thought. They've announced that, as the true killer has not yet been found, they are not allowing anyone to pay their respects to the Exuvia. They've even gone so far as to try and cut off information. But with the right of dissension and all, even the Qixing isn't able to keep a lid on things.
Exuvia?
It's common knowledge in Liyue that Rex Lapis is also an Adeptus. The Geo Archon is also the god of contracts, and is also known as the Exuvia, prime of the Adepti. The mighty and illuminated Adepti of today all signed contracts to protect Liyue way back then.
Guess that explains why they're all so focused on Liyue's well-being.
Naturally, they both have the responsibility and the aptitude for the job. If the ruling Qixing became unable to perform their duty properly, the Adepti have the right to take corrective action. The Geo Archon's spirit has risen, so why would the Qixing hide his vessel? Truly suspicious.
Oh, right! He's the whole reason we came here! If the Liyue Qixing has locked up Exuvia and won't let anyone near, then our quest to find the Seven is already over.
Oh? You're trying to find the Seven? And just why might that be, pray tell? Nice answer. A knight that gets duped by the Fatui would really be no knight at all now, would they? But I can help you with that too, you know?
Really?
Give me some time. Time to find someone. Someone who can help you break through this stalemate. Truly fascinating. The harder they try to silence the situation, the greater the chaos that erupts. If you want to be around to see it all come crashing down, best you stay alive until we next meet. Yes?
Easy है bro. Domain of mastery unlocked. एक નવી ક્વેસ્ટ આવી ગયેલો આજ કરવા માટે. અરે ડોમેન and organization known as Genshin.
और तारी आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट है जो मेन आर्कॉन क्वेस्ट स्टोरी क्वेस्ट ना वर्ल्ड क्वेस्ट.
હા
આર્કોન ક્વેસ્ટ હોય ને તે તારથી કોપ માં નહીં થાય, જોડે નહીં થાય એવું હોય. સ્ટોરી ક્વેસ્ટ તો કોઈ કરી શકે, જ્યારે કોઈકમાં સ્ટોરી ક્વેસ્ટ એટલે કેરેક્ટર હોય કે નહીં, અલગ અલગ કેરેક્ટરની સ્ટોરી હોય છે. અને વર્લ્ડ ક્વેસ્ટ એટલે હાલતી ચાલતી રસ્તામાં ચાલતી.
વર્લ્ડ ક્વેસ્ટ એટલે
રસ્તા પેલું જે માણસો પર જે એક્સક્લેમેશન માર્ક વાળી હોય કે નહીં,
અચ્છા હા હા હા
એ વાળી વર્લ્ડ ક્વેસ્ટ
સાઈડ
એ આપણે
ક્વેસ્ટ મતલબ.
મોસ્ટલી એ આપણે જોડે કરીએ કે એવું.
અચ્છા અચ્છા
જવાનું છે તારે ડોમેનમાં હમણાં?
ના ના આ જોવું હજી થોડી વાર રહીને જઈએ.
અરે મેં તો કહ્યું આર્ટિફેક્ટ હમણાં આઈ થિંક ખોટું રહેશે. મેં તો મારો તો એ વિચાર હતો હમણાં જેટલું જે છે એમથી ચલાવું.
શું આર્કોન ક્વેસ્ટ હાલ ના કરું?
આર્ટિફેક્ટ ફાર્મિંગ એમ.
આર્ટિફેક્ટ ફાર્મિંગ હાલ ના કરું.
હા પછી 40 કે 50 હમણાં જેનિક્સના લેવલ પર આવે પછી કરે છે. હમણાં માટે જે થોડા ઘણા હોય કે નહીં મળે કે નહીં ચેસ્ટ ખોલે ને એમાંથી તેમાંથી કોઈક તને સારું મળી જશે. તારો ડેમેજ તો આવે છે એટલે વાંધો નહીં આવે.
બરાબર.
અને પછી 40 કે 45 પર પહોંચે પછી તારે ચાલુ કરવાનું હોય છે. જે મટીરિયલ હોય કે નહીં એ કલેક્ટ કર્યા કરવાનું, લાઈક તારા કેરેક્ટરના મટીરિયલ હોય એવું બધું.
વેટ
હા,
until
wait
the
until the
following day.
following
अच्छा
day.
बराबर
तो तारे
बराबर समझी गयो
clock.
समझी गयो.
ઘડિયાળ ફેરવું કે
Are you talking to me? Sorry, it's been a while since someone has spoken to me. You literally caught. But I don't really wish to actively socialize with people here. Gone away. I'm the guard here. This is the Northland Bank, which was opened in Lue by Sensnaya. Take. It's also the only non-local bank here in UA. That's all I know. If you would like to know more, you could talk to the manager. हो गया तेरा? जाऊँ अभी मैं. गोलो खावा आवे छे. અત્યારે જઉં તું નહીં આવું લેતા આવું મારા માટે.
Welcome, friend of child, and congratulations
Friend of
on the
child.
first day of your illustrious career with the
अच्छा
Fatu.
इंट्रोडक्शन दिया है चाइल्ड ने हमारा. I don't consider child as a friend. I have no intention of joining a factory.
You sound remarkably sure of yourself. Remember, we are mere mortals. Our ideas are fluid like water. Only the Tsaritsa truly has a will as solid as the permafrost. But back to the matter at hand. Child tells me that he has upheld his end of your agreement.
What agreement? Oh, the thing about him helping us find a guy?
Correct. Child promised he would find someone to break the stalemate. And the Harbingers do not break their promises lightly.
Ah, where is that guy anyway?
Child is currently at Lioli Pavilion.
ल्यूली पवेलियन.
Oh, Paimon knows this.
पाइमोन को सब पता होता है भाई.
Ahem. There are two styles of cooking in Liyue, known as Li style and Yue style.
Oh.
They have been competing for centuries, but neither has emerged as the clear winner. The
अच्छा.
flagship restaurant of the Li style is the Lili Pavilion. The owner especially chose to open the restaurant at Feiyuan Slope so they could compete face to face with the Shinyue kiosk, which is the flagship restaurant of the Yue style.
Trust you. You only know these sorts of things. You are like let's say every time we talk about food.
Don't talk to Paimon like that. Anyway,
Paimon
Paimon's
is
hungry.
angry.
Let's get moving.
भूख लगी है भाई. ठूसने चलो भाई. चलो भाई. आप पे जाना है. ये रहा. यहाँ पे क्या खड़ा है बे? क्या कर रहा
Aha,
है?
you made it.
Yep.
As promised, I found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Leo
Paku नहीं आओ तो ना.
Archon's vessel.
So, where is he? In Lili Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I'll introduce you. I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner, as per the Leo custom.
मावा कैडबरी लइए तारो हाँ. Yep.
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Mr. Chongli. अरे आनु पूल आए तो वच्चे हैं लाची मोलाला.
Hi.
BTS.
Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhong Li, consultant to an organization known as Wang Sheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui. Indeed, Wang Sheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
Walk in shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
मुंह देखो इसका.
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wangshan some kind of business involving dealing with people?
Indeed.
इतना गुस्से में
It is
क्यों है
as
ये?
you have guessed.
किडनी मांग ली हो ऐसे क्यों
The
देख रहा है?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials. We ensure that those who pass on do so in peace.
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly. Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhong Li because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan Ningguang. But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhong Li has to say, shall we?
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst. Archons go by many names. The god of contracts, the god of commerce, the warrior god, Morax, Rex Lapis. Is the idea that he also has the title of Adeptus so strange? As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending, and the time of mankind is slowly dawning. In years past, Leo's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition. It is sacrilege.
Well, they do have a decided to leave.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all the more egregious for his final send-off to go unattended to. Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animo Archon, could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo Archon's last rites?
I'm going to have to think about it. I accepted invitation. It says too much.
Well, if you really think about it, we don't have any other choice.
Indeed, no amount of consideration can change this outcome. The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the seven.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again.
Looks like there is no other choice.
If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we walk.
All right, my bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it? You can go if you want to. Don't worry about
ये
me.
बंदा पक्के
I
आइटम
might
है
just
यार.
have a few more
पक्के से आइटम
drinks
है.
and get acquainted with these things they call chopsticks in the meantime.
चल भाई जोंगलिंग के पास चलो अभी।
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue?
I prefer the atmosphere in Mondstadt. ये तो बात सही है।
I see. So you're that sort of person. It's not a bad thing.
पहली बार हंसा ये बंदा।
But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,700 years of divinity.
3,700
Organizing the rite of
years.
party should prove to be an enlightening part of your travels.
इतना पुराना है क्या Liyue?
Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, the diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here. Ningguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connections.
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. I only wish for Liyue's traditions to endure.
चले।
These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply for any subsequent
अच्छा कुछ
funding.
दिया इसने।
Wow.
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prize Noctilucus jade worthy of a deity.
Noctilucus jade। चल भाई। Go and buy Noctilucus jade। क्या बकवास नाम है भाई, अच्छा सा नाम सोच लेते कुछ।
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends.
मोटू को
Would you
देखो।
like to try your luck betting on Jade? This could be your lucky day. It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows, you just might strike it rich.
Betting? No, we're here for...
What was it again? भूल गई।
Noctilucus jade. of
नाम
radiant grade.
ऐसा नाम लगेगा तो भूल ही जाएंगे ना।
Radiant grade, Noctilucus Jade? I see. You're not a tourist. My apologies. I have some.
बना रहा था बंदा पर समझ गए भाई।
What do you think? The Jade Mystery is an old name in the jade business. Just look at that wonderful quality. Rex Lapis doesn't often bless us with such finery. Go on, pick whichever one you like.
These 3 pieces really do look pretty. Not like the ones you usually dig up. But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Man who makes his living of betting on stone can't be trusted so lightly. What do you think, Mr. Zongli?
You want me to decide? That is fine as well.
हाँ मैं डिसाइड करता हूँ, मैं मेरे को सब आता है ऐसा बोल रहा है।
And that would be...
I'll take them all, boss.
तीनों ले लेता हूँ।
You act with such panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary caliber.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! We need to discuss it again! Hey! If we only need one for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the more if we buy them all?
Oh, Mora.
बहुत है पैसे बहुत है हमारे पास ऐसा बोल रहे हैं।
I suppose I overlooked this particular aspect of the transaction.
Huh? How do you not think about Mora when buying things?
If one must always consider Mora before
Mr. Zongli is finally here.
then in
Yep.
all things one is bound by Mora.
What?
All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
अरे He's talking about economy. Sound like he's loaded.
So low that he doesn't even bother hunting for a bargain.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around my limitations. Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is little difference in texture, lustrousness, and internal pattern between good and bad jade. Only after the item made using Noctilucous jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up to par or not. If you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated.
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade, and a true insider would know it. A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger.
भाई
The
क्या बंदा है ये?
the facade. These are all the finger. Noctilucous jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. It is the moon. Noctilucous jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, the higher its quality.
I didn't realize you were such an expert. Is this normal life of a high-class gentleman?
I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you. Now, all that's left is to put it into practice.
Priceless, huh? Hyman's just said that we might never be able to use it again.
Oh boy.
We're back to buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them first?
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell?
Then can we get some small samples? Then I'm not buying any.
Not buying?
Dam ki der hai buy.
Come now, my good friends. We can still discuss this. Negotiation is key to trade, wouldn't you say?
ये मोटा सबको उल्लू बनाता है लग रहा है
I
मेरे
can
को.
take a small sample of all three. I'll take a bit of a loss. We'll count it as a friendly gesture.
Don't worry, I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it is good jade, you will not take a loss.
All right, take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
Stingy? I've already been very generous. Any more and you may as well have my neck.
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the fire?
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach. Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these thin slices will serve.
What sort of conditions?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it from within. This way, the samples will not disintegrate immediately.
Oh, sir.
बंदा भाई genius है बता रहा हूँ.
Learned. Thank you for your understanding.
Expert है भाई expert.
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair. Trade in Liyue must be based upon fairness.
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out.
I remember this spot in the Dedeupa Church. How about the kitchen at the place?
You mean at One Mean Restaurant?
Yes. जला देते हैं आज तो restaurant बता रहा हूँ.
First one.
Not in.
First one.
That would not do. It is a place where people come and go. They
मेरे
would
को
be
तो जला रहा था भाई
if the
रेस्टोरेंट बता रहा
elemental
हूँ
reaction were to get out of control. We cannot take such a risk.
लेना था मेरे को लेना था मेरे को लेना था
Paimon remembers we once saw this big pot down at the Data Upa Gorge in the camp of the hilly churls from the Meaty tribe. It's real sturdy and should be able to take the elemental reactions. Now, let's pack those samples up and make a move.
चल भाई यार मेरे को उसकी रेस्टोरेंट तो जलाने नहीं मिली ठीक है भाई क्या ही कर सकते हैं
ऑल द टाइम एक एनिमेशन हुई नहीं
कहाँ पे है अच्छा यहाँ पे कहानियाँ हूँ मैं बता रहा हूँ
वन स्टार्ट
पाछड़ भाई अबो 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 हेलो
ઘણો ડીલે આવે યાર
ડીલે
ઘણો ડીલે આવે આમાં
લો લેટેન્સી કરેલી ને અલ્ટ્રા લો કરી હોય તો નહીં આવે અબે હાટો યાર આટલું બધું ફરીને કોણ જાય કોણ બે
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the Nation of Wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Liyue. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
नीलू का था क्या उसकी है ना बार वाइन वाइन बार
Looks like the hilly trolls are still using
हमारा स्वागत करने के लिए बंदे खड़े हैं भाई
Getting polite, but we gotta cut the line.
Take flight!
हेलो ब्रो
Whirling snow!
There's still soup in here. These hilly trolls sure have big appetites.
भुक्खड़ है ये लोग डैमेज तो है well it's our lab now shame to let it go waste
This soup looks like it could be used as our hydro elemental protection. Let's fire it up and begin our experiment.
let's go एक्सपेरिमेंट कर रहे हैं ये लोग कुछ तो तगड़ा करने वाले हैं
We're ready to go. Paimon will help remember which one of the three is which. Use pyro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results we need. Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the ore gets, the better it is. So, pay close attention.
ठीक ठीक पाइमन भुक्खड़ को पिला दो पाइमन भुक्खड़ है भाई मेरे को ये करना है क्या या सभी जगह से करेंगे अब बस कौन आ गया भाई
The first Noctilucous Jade. Hilly trolls are surrounding us again.
और
Were they
माय
trying to
गॉड इतने सारे
Such
बंदे
nosy neighbors. Let's take care of them and continue again after.
नीचे उतर साले
Take flight!
26 डैमेज आता है इसका
Whirling snow!
That light came from the second Noctilucous Jade,
अबे
didn't it?
सेकंड टाइम आ गए
More hilly trolls. They don't give up, do they? Looks like they're mad that we ruined their food.
अरे भाई भाई
My apologies.
इसका ये बेस्ट है.
Oh, that's bright! Too bright! That was the third Noctilucous Jade, wasn't it? It was so much shinier than the rest. Let's go with that one. Let's head back to the Jade Mystery to buy some jade, shall we?
इन लोगों को याद भी है उसने कौन से में से दिया था? डोमेन्स में क्या क्या रे? ए मोटे आ गए हम.
You're back, my friends.
Yes.
I've kept the goods for you. Which of them would you like?
हैं? ये तो मैंने देखा ही नहीं. फर्स्ट था, सेकंड था या थर्ड था? हेलो, कौन सा था? BTS. हेलो.
थर्ड.
Exactly! That's the one Paimon remembers too!
No problem. If you have your eye on this one, you can have it.
Then we'll take a box.
पर आमा वो सेकंड का फर्स्ट करे तो इधर थर्ड मत ले जात ना.
All the same, pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need this much
એવું જો હે આમાં.
top quality Noctilucous Jade for?
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you. We need them to make implements for the rite of parting.
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given much thought to them. This means that Rex Lapis really is... Oh, it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, we have always been under his protection. It is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade
कितना फास्ट फास्ट बोल रहा है ये?
that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, all things must pass. Well, if this is to be used to say farewell to Rex Lapis, then I shall sell this to you at half the price.
Are you sure?
बंदा अच्छा हो
You
गया.
didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
Oh, I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your sentiment, boss.
In the safe hands of the Liu Chising and good honest merchants such as yourself, I for one believe that Liyue will continue to prosper as it always has done.
So let's not get ourselves down just yet.
All right. Thank you, my friends. What's with me getting all sentimental like this? I'll practically be giving away all my fortune at this rate.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this Noctilucous Jade back.
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price, not that we could leave without paying.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have
मुफ्त में चाहिए
forgotten
था
to do
इसको.
that too. Let me see. As I thought, I didn't bring any.
लाया ही नहीं. मोरा.
Mora. My apologies. Another oversight
भाई
on my part.
पहले तीनों लेने को बोल रहा था ये बंदा. What a take on the value of money. A local ugly who doesn't have money on their mind.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, wait. Didn't Child give us some advanced funds earlier? That's a relief. Have a look.
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum wasn't quite enough.
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Eugene Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't call
I
for
was
the
reading
single
that
law.
Nautilus Jade for 3 months. Seriously. Please remember to bring money next time. Guess we need to find more funding.
I will do my best. You have my thanks.
भाई ये बंदा तीनों लेने को क्यों बोल रहा था फिर? खुद के पैसे कहाँ है? तीनों ले लो ऐसा बोल रहा था पगला. Naughty killer shit.
Let the show begin.
मेरे को घुमा के क्यों ले जा रहा है?
પેલા માઉન્ટેન પરથી ટીપુ મારીને કૂદી જવાનું એના કરતા.
તો હું જોતો હતો ક્યાંથી કઈ રીતે લઈ જાય.
We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need. Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
We'll pay the jewelsmith when we arrive.
Guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location and have begun making preparations for the rite.
झूठ बोल रहा है इसके पास पैसे ही नहीं है. The right of population is 2. So we are just using 15 minutes of time to.
The Liu Qixing have agreed to this arrangement.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? We might get caught by the Millilith. Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, none of those pesky Millilith soldiers have come chasing after us. Wonder what that's about. Also, the, Rex Lapis vessel...
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So, was this Exuvia hidden away by the Qixing? I mean, we haven't even figured out who the murderer is.
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here. These things are for the authorities in Yujing Terrace to consider. Trying to help would probably only add to their troubles. Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
Golden House?
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint in Teyvat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted there.
Wow! Oh, no!
इतना बड़ा वाव निकला है ना इसके मुंह से, उसकी हाइट से भी बड़ा है.
It suits Morax. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhongli?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available.
The Qixing provide the location and Child the fund. They must have some ulterior motive.
Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not unacceptable. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. I, for one, have no issue with little maneuvers outside their remit. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used in the rite.
Perfumes? we buy them?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. The quality of the silk flowers we require is also special. Silk flower petals contain a fibrous material of good quality, often used in brocade making. Its scent, however, is most elegant, and is especially suited for solemn events, like giving offerings to gods and adepti.
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high society again.
We shall not speak of the details right now. Follow me. We shall go to the merchants to purchase our ingredients.
चल भाई, मेरे को इसलिए ले जा रहा है क्योंकि उसके पास पैसे नहीं है। पगला साला।
रमो तुम लोग को पुश टू टॉक प्लीज।
कौन आया कौन?
हूँ रमो चमको मैं।
जेंशिन।
अच्छा। डोमेन रमे क्या?
स्टोरी।
પેલો સ્ટ્રાઇક કરેલા
ના પેલો નૂબ હું કરે છે એ જોઈ છે તને?
या
તારી સ્ટ્રીમ તો દેખાતી નથી તું નહીં દેખાય તારી સ્ટ્રીમ તો કરે છે તું?
यस
મને તો નહીં દેખાય
Do you
કેમ?
sell silk flowers here?
सब्सक्राइब करो बड़ा इनमाटे ठीक
Silk flowers? We certainly do. Which kind would you like?
ફોન માં નહીં દેખાય કે હું
Kind?
એવું થોડી હોય
The good kind? The
अरे आप आमा नहीं YouTube पर करो
I
आइटम
don't know what kinds there are again.
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Always coming in here with your stupid questions.
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with if you don't mind.
My goodness, this gentleman is quite the connoisseur. You two must be his servants.
शारवन नहीं
Please
बोलने का
refrain from any further attempts to contribute.
I had it coming. This is what I get for calling for one emergency. Don't even recognize me.
I'm sorry? Ah, yes. We've met before, haven't we? Sorry, traveler. I shouldn't have spoken to you in that tone. Now then, please peruse at your leisure. Do let me know if you have any further thoughts.
सर्वेंट
Silk
कह दी भाई
flowers
ये
exhibit
तो
different properties based on
सर्वेंट
how
बोल दिया
their environmental conditions differ from their
इस
ancestral
बंदे का सर्वेंट बनूंगा मैं
Nevertheless, these are fine
मुंह देखो इसका
specimens, excellently preserved. Just look at the abundant foliage here, and these stamens,
रैक
glamorous as a
लैपिस मरी
maiden
गयो
of the
ये तो
Golden
मैं
House.
भूल ही गए लो
This strain is an evergreen, and mostly grows under complex hydrological conditions. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large
बहुत बोलता है
clusters.
भाई ये
Morphologically, it is distinguished by the profusion of petals and densely packed stamens, though its powerful scent gives it away just as easily. Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are male, and when in season, it has a subtle yet enduring scent.
नॉलेज
It
तो
was
है
first discovered by
भाई
the ancients
knowledge
when
है
they
पर
scaled
पैसे
the
नहीं है इसके
mountains
पास
in search of the adepti. Silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over Liyue's history. Most are not grown by horticulturalists.
Wow! A true connoisseur. Most of that was news even to me.
I
बहुत
possess
knowledge है
but
भाई
a
इसके पास भर भर
smattering
के
of
knowledge
trivial
पड़ी है
knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner of the world.
ठीक है भाई ये कर लो What's the impression about that? I'm still in
Oh,
Yes,
Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble. So, which silk flower did you want anyway?
I'll take them all, boss.
ठीक है भाई
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most melodious
हेलो
voice.
BTS
The same logic applies when purchasing a pet bird.
ओ BTS
But this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case.
हाँ बोल
The same
Now,
logic
do me
does
now.
not apply. Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct
Match
perfume
badil
from
hai.
different subspecies of silk flower when making an offering to a statue of the seven. Rex Lapis will then make his own choice between the scents. Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, this one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the seven in 3,700 years. As such, I do think we should honor tradition down to the last detail in this case. Now that's settled, a question.
Do you have any Mora on you?
Have any Mora on you?
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
भाई क्या बंदा है ये?
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are to be an offering to the
Lord of Geo himself?
Yes, in a sense.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? I heard the awful news about what happened at this year's Rite of Dissension. It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about our dear Lord ever since. I'm worried that everything I've heard is true. Since these flowers will be used to glorify our Lord, they're free of charge. Just don't forget to pass on my regards.
Lord के लिए सब free है भाई.
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances in support of local businesses.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us when I say that your generosity has saved our skins.
Our skins? You were the one who forgot to bring money.
Please, it's the least I could do.
So, now that we've got the flowers, how do we make the perfume?
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances have personal experience in the art of decoction.
Talk about first world problems.
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city. Try the common folk, especially women.
So this time we get to go around town looking for nice-smelling ladies to talk to? Paimon likes this job.
I will wait for you near the statue of the Seven. Meet me there when the perfume is ready.
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild. Let's ask Lan. She's master of the Liyue branch, right?
सूंघने दो जरा आपको.
Lan, we need to ask you for a favor.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll just have to ask another adventurer.
ठीक है भाई.
It's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
Wow. Just
पहले तारीफ
wow.
करना चाहिए.
I'm just going to assume that you're either joking or being sarcastic. To be fair, I put a lot of effort into my appearance for someone who spends all their time in the great outdoors. But I smell great? Don't be ridiculous.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing. So come on, Lan. What's your secret if not perfume?
Now that you mention it, yes, there is something. What is that scent? Oh, it must be from the Qingxin flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with me.
Aha! The truth is out. Lan's got a soft spot for wildflowers. wires?
No, they were for medicinal use only. Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume, try talking to Chi-Mei.
The fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells pretty good.
पाइमन को उसकी स्मेल भी पता है। ठीक है भाई। स्मेल भी याद रखती है ये बंदी।
Hello. How may I help?
We've come to ask you a question.
You smell great.
Sorry, you caught me off guard. Most people aren't so direct. I think we need more time to get to know each other.
Hello.
We just wanted to know what perfume you normally use.
Oh, well, I don't actually use any. That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented. Perhaps that's the cause of this confusion. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia forbid those lusty sailors catch a whiff and come hunting for the source.
That's the worst thing Paimon's heard all day.
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade perfume?
No.
Yingar? Oh, as in scent of spring Yingar?
Yes, that's her.
ऐसा कोई नाम
Many a
रखता है
rich
भाई।
family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently, her homemade product is better than anything you'll find on the market.
Great! This is just the intel we need. Finally, we're getting somewhere.
चल भाई। अरे
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for you.
कैसे?
How did you know we were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around town looking for a sweet-smelling lady. Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal, after all.
Snooping around? Why are you making it out like we're bad people?
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet in the future if you don't want word to get around. Relax.
Hello Data Extreme,
I
welcome
know
to the
why
stream
you're
bro।
here.
क्या हाल है?
You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? What kind would you like?
Whichever you are wearing।
I'm not wearing any, darling. Could it be that you've been bewitched by my natural scent? If so, I'm afraid it's one of a kind.
Whatever this is, you guys need to snap out of it right now. Hand her the cigarette.
3 in 1 go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet-smelling ammunition? Is that it?
भाई।
Is that the best you could come up
Yes.
with? Even
अभी
if
ये
you were
मुफ्त में काम कर
genuinely
देगी।
offering perfume to a deity, that doesn't explain why you'd need 3 kinds. Sorry, your story just doesn't hold water.
भाई
Sean
है रे
was
इसको।
right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy sturdiest wood shall wither.
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In
बाउंसर गया इसके
short, I'm
सर
happy
से।
to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person on your mind while you're hanging around with
भाई
me.
सिटी की क्या लेडीज है भाई?
So, where is a good place for making sweet, sweet perfume?
ओ भाई अभी कहाँ पे जाना है?
Where
यहाँ
is
पे।
that? Mondstadt?
We're only making some perfume. There's no need to go to such ridiculous lengths.
किचन में जाना था
Closer
क्या?
to home will do. Let's go for the kitchen at Wan Min Restaurant.
पता था, जानबूझ के किया है। चलो भाई, आ जाओ किचन में।
I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start work now. Are you ready to please me?
What did you say?
I meant make me proud, as my assistant, obviously. While I'm setting up,
मैंने कब हाँ
you can
बोली
go and
इसको
fetch some
असिस्टेंट बनने
water.
के लिए? 3 परफ्यूम, fetch some water. वाटर लेने जाना है क्या? यहाँ पे बाहर है क्या?
Wow. Leo's really got a lot going.
Try something new at the Wan Min restaurant.
This water will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract the silk flower essence using a crafting bench. Perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. Very carefully, take hold of the mortar and pestle. Gently does it. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand doesn't slip. Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the juices start to come out. Ooh, you're a natural, like a fish to water. Now take these and try it out on your own using a nearby crafting bench. Don't forget to do all 3. They look visually identical during the essence extraction process, but I will put them into separate containers when the perfume is ready.
Try something new at the Wan Min restaurant.
She is talking all भाई वही तो, मतलब हम लड़के होते तो ठीक है, पर हमने लड़की का कैरेक्टर लिया है तो इमेजिन ईथर इज प्लेइंग दिस इंस्टेड ऑफ ल्यूमिन। हाँ वही तो ठीक है, तो सिंप कर रही है पर अभी तो भाई
Wow, this is some
चीज
exquisite
भी
silk flower
उसको
essence.
ल्यूमिन भी चलेगी।
On to the next stage, the most important.
स्लीपी वेलकम द स्ट्रीम ब्रो।
The
भाई तो
essence
भाई
is placed into water
क्या ही
and
बंदी है।
simmered over a low heat until most of the water has boiled off. You must take care to control the heat during this process. If the temperature goes too high, it will affect the scent. So please focus on controlling the heat.
Hello
This
bro,
is the final step.
welcome.
Don't waste a drop of that essence now. We want all of it in there.
Make some perfume.
All 3 perfumes are ready.
Yay.
And you, my friend, were a wonderful assistant.
असिस्टेंट
Testament
फिर
to
से
the
भाई
lengths you will
मैंने
go to
डिस्कॉर्ड पर
for
म्यूट करे
romance.
से डबल साउंड
It's
आ
so
रहा
rare
है।
to
ओके
see nowadays.
I told you it's not like that.
Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent?
मेरे को दूसरा
It
जवाब
might
देने की
just
इच्छा
help you
थी,
match the
पर
right
फिर मैंने
scent
रहने
to
दिया,
the
अपने
right
इमोशंस को
occasion.
कंट्रोल किया।
Paimon wants to hear this.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes, the first choice for daughters of high society. Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the last light of dusk. Mature women adore this one. All clear? Don't get them mixed up now. You'll ruin the mood.
आप लोग गुजराती हो? Yep.
Be sure to come visit if you ever need help with anything, okay? I'll leave you with some parting words. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard. Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring sometime, okay?
भाई इस बंदी को अभी भी ट्राई करना है. मैंने मना कर दिया फिर भी. चल भाई. कहाँ पे वेट कर रहा है? यहाँ पे आएगा. अच्छा क्या मेरे को उसमें उसको जियो में भी कन्वर्ट करना था. मिस्टर कंजूस.
Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the statue.
सो गया ये बंदा, बता रहा हूँ.
Oh,
नहीं जग रहा है.
you're back. Don't worry, I haven't waited long. Compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over Liyue, this was but a brief moment.
Well, how can a person compete with a statue?
That is true. Well, have you brought the perfumes?
3 sets, and not one less.
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies.
इसने बराबर ध्यान रखा है उसकी बातों में. ठीक है पॉइमॉन, हेलो.
This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it. The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist. And it's a favorite of mature ladies.
इतना कंप्लीटली तो मैं एग्जाम में भी याद नहीं करता. हेलो. I get the final number of 3.
That's the one older ladies like, right?
मतलब Lex Lapis.
Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form. Let's hope the Chising can catch the real killer.
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
Motive to the child. We have need to see the.
So,
Yep.
we finished another step in our preparations. What's next?
Next, I would like the two of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
भाई कितना काम कराने वाला है ये?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace. If you ask her, she will know what to do.
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
I have certain reasons why I cannot be there in person.
Yes.
Please.
किसी और के पैसे खाली कराने जा रहा है ये बंदा अभी. मेरे को पता है.
Why's he gotta be so secretive this time?
चल भाई. सच बोल रहा हूँ. एक नंबर का कंजूस आदमी मिला है. इससे ज्यादा कंजूस तो पोपटलाल भी नहीं है. भाई क्या बाहर आती है मजा आ जाता है देखने में. क्या मस्त एनिमेशन है. हेलो आंटी जी.
All things must change.
Are you all right?
It's nothing. It's nothing. I just thought it a great shame that so many of these glazed lilies have wilted.
अरे हाँ, मैं यहाँ पे आया था, इस आंटी जी ने मेरे को रोका था या मैं फूल तोड़ रहा था यहाँ पे, सच्ची। Love her sprint. यही फ्लावर तोड़ने आया था मैं।
If they heard beautiful sounds like laughter and singing,
किसकी sprint?
they would also.
अच्छा हाँ, आया का की, yep.
But if they heard too much wild gossip
बहुत
or
ही मस्त है।
slander,
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in Liyue?
मोबाइल में रमे छे के पीसी में आई एम प्रिंस, वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम।
yes, the
आया का की,
rumors
हाँ,
of
समझ गया।
Rexlapis's death are no small matter. Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Chising made it all up. And still others think that which lies in the deep is breaking free. This harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. Once, well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Did you have something to say, youngster?
We'd like to borrow the blinking bell. Yes.
Ah, that old trinket. I remember it being here with me, but I've grown old. I can't quite recall where it is exactly.
अरे भाई।
An old friend of mine used to wear it.
अबे इसका भी old friend।
Back when I was young.
ठीक है,
He
ठीक
saw
है।
me gazing at it often and gave it to me. But he told me then that if someone should come to borrow that bell, I should not be loath to part with it. It has been many years, and who knows how many times someone has come to borrow this bell. Still, though, I can't recall when it started.
याद करो आंटी जी, आएगा याद आएगा।
Anyone has come to borrow it. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that long.
We can look for it ourselves. You might have found a certified lost property finder.
What a weird thing to be proud of.
All right, children, there is no need to worry.
सब कुछ तो हम ही ढूंढते हैं यार, सही बोल रही है।
Do you live near here, Granny?
કેટલા લોકો રમી શકે છે ઓનલાઈન માં?
Eugene Terrace. It's
कोप में 4 लोग खेल सकते हैं, I guess.
An old lady like
ये BTS को पता होगा, मेरे को ज़्यादा पता नहीं है कोप का।
See this ceramic teapot? My entire household is in here.
How does that work?
It contains your house key, bell in or phone. You go Paimon.
What? There's no way Paimon
4,
would
हाँ,
fit
yep.
in there.
4 at a time, yes.
Why
हाँ,
do you need Paimon
मेरे
to
को
go
पता
in
था।
anyway? Can't you just lift the lid and look inside?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot, and you are quite welcome to borrow it. If you can find it.
इसमें क्या बोला मैंने सुना नहीं है, कोई बात नहीं, क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है, कहाँ पे सुनते हैं लोग। अरे भाई, जीन निकलेगा क्या अलादीन का? फाइट कब आएगी? स्टोरी मोड चल रहा है भाई, स्टोरी सुनो बैठ के, फाइट पता नहीं। अरे भाई अंदर चले गए क्या हम? व्हाट? ये मेरे को नहीं पता। ये ले, फाइट आ गई, बातचीत खत्म करो। ये क्या है? ये क्या है?
Youngsters, this is where the
हाँ, इसको मारना ही था।
all her things.
इसको यार मारेगा, गिर जाएगा क्या नीचे?
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice.
Granny's
This is her
voice.
teapot?
भाई हम अंदर आ गए, बता रहा हूँ तेरे को पाइमोन।
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long
Spider
while.
lol, भाई क्या ही लटका हुआ है?
Sorry to trouble you, children. Please help an old lady clean up.
भाई मतलब इसके लिए हमें ये सब करना पड़ेगा अभी? हेलो? अबे यार मैंने गलत दबा दिया। कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, होता है। मार पड़ेगी अभी।
Take flight. Yeah. Yeah.
अरे मैं वहाँ पे वो करना भूल गया फिर से, उसको जियो में कन्वर्ट करना था मेरे को। ये क्या है? ये क्या है? ओह, क्या है क्या ये? नेवर माइंड।
Let's dance.
આમાં બહુ મજા આવશે। જમ્પ ફોર્સ રમવી છે નહીં મારે, જોઈએ પછી।
Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place?
भाई इससे डॉज करना कितना इजी हो जाता है। वो लाना था यार, नोएल लानी थी मेरे को, उसकी शील्ड ही नहीं टूट रही पाई।
Take flight.
I'll protect us.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old granny could also be an adeptus?
हो सकता है, हो सकता है। अरे 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 गायब हो गया, ये नहीं पता था रे।
Paimon's more and more convinced that she's an adeptus. But don't they all live in Chilian Karst? Why would she stay in the city?
ए मकड़ी है यहाँ पे। ओपा
I'll race you there. Get her. Whirling snow. Yeah.
Let's dance.
नाइस।
We have to end this. Take flight. Sakura swirl. Yeah.
I'll protect us.
ये स्लो क्यों हो गई इतना?
We have to end this. My apologies.
Let the show begin.
अच्छा वो मार रहा है ना कब से स्पाइडर कहीं का।
Go, go, Baron Bunny! No one escapes my sight.
મારે એમ્બર નું લેવલ વધારવું જ પડશે મને એવું લાગી રહ્યું આ બહુ નડે હારા કાયરો વાળા ફૂડ હશે ને નહીં આવતું
Keep going.
Wow. ડેશ કર્યા વગર આયા કાથી માર ઠીક ઠીક
તારા એમ્બર નો લેવલ વેપન નો લેવલ 5 લેવલ દે તો એટલે તારું ડેમેજ લેવાય
હા એટલે જ મારે વધારવું પડશે એમ્બર ના વેપન બીટી થાય બે ફૂલ કાયરો વાળા આવી જાય એટલે ફૂલ બીટી થાય ક્યાં તો પછી ટ્રાવેલર નું વધારવું પડશે
અરે ક્રાયો હા क्रायो वाला हमारा
પાયરો વાળા કેરેક્ટર આમે બહુ કામ આવે પછી એ
How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside. I'll protect us.
New bell. Oh, you found it.
Are so quick on their feet.
भाई अंदर भेज दिया हमें कुछ बताएगी आप ऐसा क्यों किया आप हमारे साथ
All right, that'll do.
और
Come
कुछ
on out
लेने
now,
लायक है क्या
children.
यहाँ पे आया ये तो नहीं है आ गए भाई बाहर जो हुआ है हमारे साथ.
In and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick.
Are you an adeptus man? Are you one of the new Are you Chewy?
An adeptus? Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to
झूठ बोल रही है आंटी
whether I am
जी.
or not, child. Surely you already understand.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless adepti. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters. To cry, "Catch the murderer" at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed. Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
What if your friend doesn't return it?
Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old lady knocking at their door. We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share a drink and chat. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
मुफ्त में आके पी के जाएंगा वो, बता रहा हूँ. या तो फिर मेरे को लेके आएगा. पैसे दे दो इसको ऐसे बोल के. भरोसा उठ गया उस पर से मेरा. आ रहा. ये रहा. हेलो मिस्टर कंजूस, क्या हाल है?
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell.
क्या क्या करा रहा है तुम मेरे से?
It's in good condition. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside.
बैल के अंदर परफ्यूम रखेगा ये?
Of course. How would I know that the bell was with her otherwise?
ये भी सही है.
Suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something.
जाके चाय पियो उनके साथ.
You can come over for
भाई ये लिट्टी से मतलब लाइन से लाइन याद रखती है ये.
count on an old lady for
पॉइमन ओपी भाई. एग्जाम लिखा नहीं, इसको भेजो, बता रहा हूँ मैं.
Tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Kites?
Ooh, Paimon loves kites. Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
नहीं, काम करवाएगा, बता रहा हूँ.
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals. I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
पैसे आप लेके आना.
Sure. Curiouser and curiouser.
पैसा नहीं लाएगा वो, बता रहा हूँ मैं. मत जाओ खरीदने. भाई जाना तो पड़ेगा. कहाँ पे है? यहाँ पे है ना. चलो ना भाई. हेलो लेडी. Granny San.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order.
इसने
Would you
बोला था
like to
इनको
take
अभी
them
अभी
now?
मेरे को इसलिए लेके आया क्योंकि इसके
Yes,
पास पैसे नहीं
thank
है,
you.
पैसे मेरे से दिलवाएगा वो।
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangxiang Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well versed in all these walks of life. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him.
Fashion, economics, jewelry and jade pottery.
He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else, but there is more to it than that. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years,
40
and I
years.
am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon. As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the Golden House.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before. Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon. These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame. As does that which the Cryo Archon once... Yes. These details are masterfully done.
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
चलो भाई जल्दी
Well
खत्म
then,
करो भाई।
Granny Shan. I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
आ गया पेमेंट, आ गया पेमेंट, आ गया। Child, let's go. Child the savior.
Hey, it's Child!
Do you rent me keys?
No, I was merely passing through.
भटक रहा था तो आ
I
गया।
see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet. He knows a great deal about money and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be
अपना
something that
ATM,
ever
yes.
happened to him.
अपना ATM है भाई।
Or perhaps you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step in our preparations. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean.
बैग दे दी पूरी।
Seems I missed out on some interesting information.
Yes, थोड़ा सा
I
लेट हो गया
suppose I'll
था।
just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
वैसे कुछ खास बात नहीं थी, आंटी जी धीरे धीरे से बोल रही थी तो मैंने बोला जल्दी बोलो, कल सुबह पनवेल निकलना है, तो उन्होंने जल्दी बोला और फिर तुम आ गए और तुमने पैसे दे दिए, ऐसा ही बात हुई है और कुछ हुआ नहीं है। ठीक है, चलते भाई। 3 वर्कर्स को फाइंड करना है। हेलो टू।
Sure.
But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do anything clerical.
भाई आगल बोल भाई.
Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
Bro, adventurer, we have need of 5 crystal flies.
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer.
Easy है भाई
Never
इसके लिए ऐसा बोल
I'll
रहा
only
है.
charge you 15,000 mora. What say
15
you?
15,000 मोरा. Almost a fair price. ये देखो, इसको कहाँ देने पैसे? अरे मेरे को बार्गेनिंग करनी पड़ेगी क्या? मोरा ऑन हैंड 50,000 है. मैं इसको दूंगा 6. यस. मूड नहीं मूड नहीं है भाई इसका. इतना कम नहीं चलेगा ऐसा बोल रहा है. ठीक है थोड़ा ज्यादा कर देते हैं इसके लिए. तू भी क्या याद रखेगा ब्रो. ये ले 7,000 रख ले. अरे भाई इसको अभी भी कम लग रहा है. आधे दूंगा आधे. इससे ज्यादा नहीं दूंगा बता रहा हूँ. ठीक है थोड़ा सा बढ़ाते थोड़ा सा. 8,000 चलेगा तेरे को. 8,000. अरे 8,000 था ना. इतना कहाँ से हो गया या इसका मूड बहुत नहीं देगा क्या ये. फिर ज्यादा ही कम हो गया इसका मूड. शॉर्टली अनलेस यू रिस्टार्ट योर स्ट्रीमिंग सॉफ्टवेयर. हैं स्ट्रीम को क्या हुआ?
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
आई क्या? आ गई ना. आ गई सिम. हाँ थैंक यू ब्रो. भाई पता नहीं क्या हो जाता है इसको. भाई 12,000 से यार मेरा भी दिल टूट गया. इसको 12,000 देने में. पर क्या ही कर सकते हैं अभी. टैक भाई आप कितने लोगे अभी?
No problem. 25,000 per day. A fair trade, yes?
Whoa, that's expensive.
25,000.
Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Mondstadt thing?
Hero of Mondstadt?
Never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
ठीक है भाई.
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole sum.
ये देखो भाई क्या बंदा है ये. 25,000 है. इसका मूड इतना है. ठीक है ट्राई करते हैं. कितना ट्राई करें यार. इसका मुंह देख के मेरे को ज्यादा देने की इच्छा तो नहीं हो रही है पर हाँ चलो भाई 15,000 देते हैं. क्या ही मूड कम हुआ है इसका.
Hardly a fair price.
भाई 15,000 तो दे रहा हूँ. इससे ज्यादा तेरा मुंह देख के लग नहीं रहा मेरे को तेरी जरूरत पड़ेगी इसको. 18,000 चलो 19,000 रख ले. और अभी आइए मत मेरे सामने ठीक है वरना वापस ले लूंगा. तेरे को बता रहा हूँ. ये ले.
This price will do. No loss to me for a day's work.
हो गया इसका काम हो गया. टिक टॉक. ओ ऐसा नाम था क्या इन लोगों का? इन लोगों को कुछ नाम मिले नहीं क्या अच्छे? ये ले आ गया भाई.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. Of course, there'll be a premium if you want me to give 110%. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Eugene Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects, so I didn't make any special preparations for them.
Fetch me 53 branches and 20 steps of timber.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 mora for a single trip. How does that sound?
Nice. Done. ये देखो शकल देखो इसकी. किस बंदे से पाला पड़ गया ऐसा बोल रही है. किस कहाँ पर आ दिया मेरे को. We brought police.
This is all you got?
then no can do.
Please go look for someone named Clyde. Child.
No. He's putting up the money? Oh,
Still?
still no. Wouldn't that mean I have to make 2 trips rather than 1? How about this? Let's make a trade. I'll take what you're offering right now,
And
get me a single Chinkson flower, and I'll consider that payment for a detour to find this child fellow. How does that sound?
नहीं, मैं क्यों ढूंढने जाऊँ?
No choice.
मैं क्यों ढूंढने जाऊँ वो फ्लावर? हेलो, तू जा. अरे,
Have you brought the goods?
इसको भेजो इसको.
That's pretty good.
सॉन्गलिंग को
These things are
भेजो.
pretty rare, and I have no idea where I'd find them.
एक मोरा लेके नहीं घूमता ये बंदा. एक
This Chinkson flower, I should be able to pacify my daughter tonight.
ठीक है. इसकी बच्ची को चाहिए था. ठीक है, चलेगा. भाई चाइल्ड आजा भाई, पैसे दे दे थोड़े से. सारे पैसे खर्च हो गए, बता रहा हूँ. सारे मोरास खर्च हो गए, आई थिंक ऐसा बोलते हैं. ए चाइल्ड, हेलो.
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui.
क्या कुछ बचा ही नहीं है मेरे पास. खुद ही उधारी में जी रहा हूँ.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
What info do you need?
No.
Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after?
What else could the Fatui want? Are you forgetting what happened in the Mondstadt? क्या हुआ था मेरे को भी याद नहीं है.
You're right! Signora!
Signora. क्या हुआ था रे? बहुत पहले खेला था Mondstadt में. मेरे को भी याद नहीं है.
Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the
Singorai
finest pharmacy in all of...
Gino से ले ली तो. हाँ, yes, याद आया.
Is
Yep.
everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just
इलजे
informing them
आर्कोन
that they
ने
need not return the surplus
या
more.
जोड़े कांटेक्ट में रखे.
Now, if you'll
Yep.
excuse me, I must
याद
be
आया.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't
Yep.
happy with us just now.
वेंटी का जिनोसिस ले लिया था सिग्नोरा ने. यप. अभी याद आया. गो टू बुबू फार्मेसी. बुबू फार्मेसी में जाना है क्या हमें? चले जाते भाई. ये क्वेस्ट खत्म नहीं होगी तब तक कोप भी नहीं होगा. BTS F. सरप्राइज इज कमिंग. ऐसी बात है क्या? कुछ तगड़ा सा होने वाला है क्या मेरे साथ?
The reception is deserted. And it seems kind of spooky.
कोई नहीं, मेरे को भी ये कंटेंट देखना है. यस देखो.
Anybody there?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
कौन है भाई? कोई है तो नहीं यहाँ पे?
Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
टेबल के नीचे है क्या कोई?
It seems.
How about you go check it out and Paimon will bring up the rear.
आगे बढ़ो, पाइमन तुम्हारे पीछे है. कौन है भाई? ये कीकी है. ये तो कीकी है ना? क्या म्यूजिक दिया है इन्होंने. ओह माय गॉड, कितनी क्यूट है यार ये.
Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter.
आ गई 50-50 लूज कर. छी. Is he a zombie? Paimon, if we are going to talk about height, you are.
Joke's on you! So height is no restriction.
Paimon floats.
Anyway, there's something weird about this.
भाई
one
इतनी
over
क्यूट है
here.
यार, इसको तुम गाली दे रहे हो ब्लेक यार, सही बात नहीं है यार. मेरे पास भी साई है, लेट्स गो. She's a zombie.
A zombie?
कैसे भाई इन लोगों को कैसे लग रहा है कि ये zombie है?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
ये कितना मस्त बोलती है
I am
यार.
Chi-Chi.
चीची, अच्छा चीची है ये,
Once upon
कीकी
a
नहीं है.
time, Chi-Chi died. Then,
And
Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti.
they died and saved by. ठीक ठीक.
Chi-Chi is a zombie.
Okay, okay. But nonchalant delivery for a bombshell revelation. You zombie also count as an adept?
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
भाई मॉन्स्टर में सीधा सीधा हो रहा था, ये क्या चल रहा है यहाँ पे? Hello, little girl.
Little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
भाई ये फिर हम यहाँ पे
Excuse me,
खरीदने आए.
sir. Did you bring your prescription?
प्रिस्क्रिप्शन चाहिए भाई. प्रिस्क्रिप्शन के बिना कुछ नहीं मिलेगा.
Is needed to purchase everlasting incense.
Yes.
It's not a controlled substance.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine. But
कितना
only
calmly
if you
बोलती
show
है ये.
Chi-Chi your prescription. These are Chi-Chi's orders from Chi-Chi.
Order? Why is it being so difficult?
I'm afraid that she's probably right. It's to do with her orders. Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to herself. My dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then.
How did you manage that?
But Chi-Chi helps you.
You help
You
Chi-Chi.
help Chi-Chi.
Only fair.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way everybody wins. Sometimes in Liyue, the art of the deal is simply about victory via mental gymnastics.
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a
Wisdom
Coco
ballista
Goat.
and
Please
hunt a
and thank
Coco
you.
Goat. इतना सारा काम दे दिया इसने. On the what with the which at the where.
Guizhong Ballista.
I have heard of this.
I have heard of this device before.
Device है क्या?
It's a kind of crossbow turret.
Crossbow turret.
Installed on Mount Chinhung by an adeptus in the distant past. An early
Coco
mechanical
Goat.
device.
वही तो.
Located in Chinhung Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters,
क्या है ये
protecting
Coco Goat क्या
Liyue
है?
from external threats.
Mr. Zhongli really
You
knows
know
Liyue
you inside out.
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the Coco Goat.
ये क्या है? Coco Goat क्या है?
The Coco Goat is a
Legendary animal, an
An
adapted
adapted
beast. Oh.
Did you want to add anything else, or?
और हम जाए काम
Just
पे.
that the Coco Goat is a legendary animal. An adaptabeast.
तो ये क्या हमें पकड़ के लाना है क्या इसको?
What it looks like. Don't know.
Where to find it?
Don't know either.
अबे साले.
Where it came from?
Spoilers दे रहे हो?
Also don't know.
भाई इसको कुछ नहीं पता भाई. To tell us if you remember anything else you don't remember.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
ठीक है. मेरे को ही जाना पड़ेगा, तू तो आएगा नहीं.
What the heck is a Coco Goat?
What the heck is the Coco Goat? छी छी. छी तो छी निकली यार. यहाँ पे जाना है. अरे यार मेरा टावर खुला नहीं है यार, चल के जाना पड़ेगा क्या? चलो भाई हो जाओ शुरू.
the show begins. Let's dance.
Today is a lucky day.
कहाँ पे ये ऊपर है क्या? ऊपर कुछ तो है. अरे ये रहा ना. ये कह रहे अंदर आते कहाँ से इसमें? Is an integrated machine of divine control and it could only come to the fruition when a model doesn't integrate the star like with the maintainer contributor world into the world more despair part of the needed and the heart control. ठीक है भाई. Oh my God, इतना सब कुछ नहीं पढ़ सकता.
It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it took an Adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing? Just think how much strength you would need.
It is currently inoperable in any case. This device is broken.
Aw, what? It broke?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli, use your unlimited high society knowledge powers!
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois parasite whose only utility lies in providing quaint pieces of trivia on demand. That said, let me think for a moment. Ah, yes. Spare parts were made for the Guizhong ballista when it was first built, in case it was damaged in battle. As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period somewhere inside the pass. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored, we may be able to repair the Guizhong ballista. One just needs to understand the basic working principles of the device.
So, what you're saying is that you actually understand the working principles?
I have a smattering of knowledge on the topic. With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
Retrieve the spare parts of the military supply post. वो कहाँ पे?
Where is that supply post? Here, post.
Rare and exquisite treasures.
Yes, this seems suitably sophisticated.
Easy.
Oh, how exciting! All in a day's work.
सौ सुनार की एक लोहार की जैसा है इसमें तो। मिल गए क्या पार्ट? ओह नाइस, लेट्स गो।
At the ready.
Ah, these parts look useful. One moment. I will try to repair the device.
इसको सब आता है क्या?
It is done.
वो
The
भी है।
Guizhong ballista is more intricately designed than I thought.
Ooh. Now how do we turn it on?
It's
Turn on
easy
क्यों करना है
enough.
भाई?
We simply need to do this. Look.
Oh my god.
It even has a scope.
Scope है यार इसमें तो।
There we have nothing. And over there,
More nothing.
nothing.
Oh my god.
Hey, just what do you think you're doing?
भड़क गए बंदे।
So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what exactly?
Exactly.
Not a turret. A Guizhong ballista.
Genshin
Also,
Ballista,
kindly
ठीक है,
state your name
नाम
before
याद
asking
रखना।
question. It's just good manners.
Are you blind or something? You're looking at the leader of the treasure hoarders.
ओ लीडर है ये बंदा।
This area is supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but trust me, it's got a mind of its own. Last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for 2 seconds, and you've already gone and repaired it!
भाई क्या भड़का है ये
Next thing
बंदा?
you'll be repairing is your faces, and that's if you get out of this alive.
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an adeptus for selfish gain. Disgraceful behavior. It is not we who need reprimanding, but you.
चलो भाई मारना पड़ेगा अभी लगता है मेरे को इन लोगों को थोड़ी सी तमीज सिखानी पड़ेगी। लेट्स गो।
There's no end to this.
Take flight.
अरे क्या लेके आए इतना बड़ा? मोर अपोनेंट्स आ गए क्या? हेलिक्यूर से भी ये लोग रखते हैं क्या नाते? नहीं नहीं।
Whirling snow. Kami-Satara. Sumetsu.
अरे 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 पीछे से मारता है साड़े।
Take flight.
ये क्या मॉली डाल रहा है पीछे से?
Whirling snow.
अरे 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 और आ गए क्या?
Let the show begin.
पीछे से मारता है साले। ये लो।
My apologies.
Jab cross.
Sakura swirl. Take flight.
These lowlifes didn't know who they were messing with.
Easy.
Troubling ourselves
ऐसा
over
बोल रही
this
है पाइमोन।
rabble is not worth the time. We should focus on our contract with Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi.
Oh yeah, that! So we've got the Guizhong ballista working, but where's our Kokugo?
A search using the Guizhong ballista revealed no significant life forms nearby, save for the usual wildlife. What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble detecting an Adeptabeast, as Chi-Chi put it.
Which means...
Repairing this was a complete waste of time.
Paimon wouldn't go that far. We did something positive, right?
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy, explain that we could not find a Coco Goat, and review our next step.
Good idea. We did our best, and that's what counts.
Yes. चलो भाई वो फार्मेसी पे रिटर्न चाहते हैं। अरे यार मेरे को यहाँ से ही जाना पड़ेगा क्या फार्मेसी में हर बार? तो टावर खोल देना चाहिए था वहाँ पर कहीं पे F। फिर से मेरे को चल के जाना पड़ेगा वहाँ तक। Hey, Chi-Chi.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract. We found no trace of the Coco Goat Adeptabeast of which you speak.
What a
What a
disappointment.
disappointment. Don't worry about it. But I feel very disappointed.
Aw, poor Chi-Chi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty.
जल्दी बोल, कल सुबह पनवेल
Much
निकलना है।
better than normal goat milk. Only an Adeptabeast could make such tasty milk. I'm sorry. I have a poor memory. I cannot remember the name of the milk. That's why I wrote it down. Where did I put it? Ah, here.
कितना
This is the
चिल
name.
करके बोलती है यार ये।
Coconut milk.
कोकोनट मिल्क नाम याद नहीं था इसको।
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an equitable agreement with this zombie child, when perhaps I should have undertaken further due diligence.
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Liyuan proverb goes, all things are random and... So how are you supposed to
Bye,
predict
Didi, thank you.
anything? Literally no one could have seen this coming.
Excuse me, everyone. Did Chi-Chi say a bad thing?
So Gigi thing.
Oh, sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
It's time to tell you where coconut milk comes from. Tell you, acha. It all begins with the fruit of the coconut tree.
No. Impossible.
Seems Chi-Chi took this pretty hard.
Caesar needs time to work with. They all need to grow up sometime. अरे कौन आ गया ये? सांप लेके आ गया कंधे पे.
Valuable life lesson today then. Thank you all for looking after my little Chi-Chi.
Might I ask who?
इसकी चोटली देखो पीछे।
Ah, how rude of me.
ये कौन
I'm
सा है?
Baiju, boss
आर्कॉन
of
है?
the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
ग्रीन कलर का?
Chi-Chi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck. What a sorry state of affairs.
ये बोल रहा है?
He's even more of a simpleton than Chi-Chi. Ah, the medicine, the snake is speaking. I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers,
Archon, my
lest you
vision,
mistake me
Dendro.
for an escapee from the medicine cabinet, for I am a living, breathing serpent.
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a
Archon,
good
my
girl, really.
vision.
As for you
Acha.
three, communal chaos causing with Chi-Chi aside, what business brings you here?
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine establishment?
Everlasting incense? Why, of course we do.
Whew, at last, things are finally starting to come together.
3 million more. Top quality. Guaranteed.
Hello, 3 million? You might as well just rob the golden house.
You might as well just rob the golden house. Oh, but the Cheesing have taken it over for now. Security will be tighter than usual.
3 million.
हाँ,
An innocuous number
ये
in
तो आई
and of
बोलेगा।
itself. Though practically speaking, it could be a hard sum to come by.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much more. And as for Mr. Zhongli, he's around 3 million short.
This is correct.
No shame.
Ew. Is this the part where we go crawling back to child?
Crawling back 20 minutes later. क्या हंस रहा है ये बंदा?
Coco goat! Coco goat! My sides hurt. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe you fell for that.
क्यों? क्या हुआ?
Less laughter, more sympathy.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. In return, I'm more than happy to sort out this mess you've managed to get yourselves into.
आ गया भाई हमारा savior.
Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child, one of the Fatui Harbingers. Forgive my audacity, but I see a great many opportunities for us to collaborate in the future. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk, the Fatui could help by setting up a robust and speedy distribution network.
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but so much fuss over coconut milk?
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Chi-Chi wants coconut milk.
चीची को चाहिए भाई
Yes,
कोकोनट
of
मिल्क।
course, Chi-Chi. Anything
BTS
you
आप देते हो चीची को कोकोनट मिल्क?
Thank you, child. I look forward to a successful collaboration in the future. I can give you a discount on that everlasting incense too.
Oh my
Let's say
god.
2,990,000.
क्या ही डिस्काउंट दिया इस बंदे ने?
Zero difference from 3 million.
पॉयमन का चेहरा देखो।
2,990,000. Also an innocuous number in and of itself.
Chi-Chi is
Though practically
warming the
speaking, it is a
bench.
whole 10,000 less than the
At
original
level
sum.
40.
Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace.
खराब लगा
Mr.
भाई।
Child, Dr. Baiju, little Miss Chi-Chi, see you soon.
चलो भाई निकलता है ये बंदा। हो गया इसका काम।
That lot is an absolute riot. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I laughed so hard. So, you've been eavesdropping, I hope. What have I missed?
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the golden house.
Ekaterina.
Well, well, well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House, if not the Exuvia? I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Leo saying goes, the walls have ears.
Oh my god. चलो भाई तो इस स्ट्रीम के लिए इतना ही रखते गाइस। थैंक यू फॉर द वॉचिंग, थैंक यू फॉर द ज्वाइनिंग इन। आई होप आप सबको मजा आया होगा। नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम में मिलते हैं। लेट्स गो। हंसते रहिए, मुस्कुराते रहिए और देखते रहिए हमारी स्ट्रीम, आते जाते रहिएगा, ठीक है। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम में, आगे बढ़ते हैं। इस मैं ऑफलाइन नहीं खेलने वाला अभी, ये स्टोरी बहुत ही मज़ा आ रहा है मेरे को, तो मैं स्ट्रीम पे ही खेलूंगा आई गेस। तो यस लेट्स गो, नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम पे मिलते हैं, आगे की स्टोरी कंप्लीट करते हैं, इसकी क्या होने वाला है अभी। लेट्स गो, बाय बाय, गुड नाइट गाइस।